These videos are not financial advices. Everything shared here is simply what I'm personally doing, and it's provided for educational purposes only. Please remember, you are fully responsible for your own money and your own trading decisions. Welcome back to another trading session. Today, we'll have a couple of trades on this broker still. I'm trying to test this thing out, and I'm not gonna lie, I've discovered something like some crazy stuff in this broker, and I'll see if it's still nice. I want to take my first trade on this one. This is a good demand area. Okay, so when I started to looking charts, I noticed that in today's trading session, the third touch breakouts are working pretty well, and the fact that we have round number, and for some reason round numbers are better respected on this broker compared to previous one. So yeah, we have a trend line here. We have like this kind of market sequence, and then we also closed on the demand area. That's why I took this trade. Also, look at the previous trade that I didn't take because I was testing them. I was looking at the chart to see how it looks. All right, we got this order block. You know that before breakout, if we have a candle that has fair value gap in between, it's called order block, right? So sometimes, for example, in ICT, they trade the fair value gap itself, okay? They wait for the fair value gap and it reacts from the fair value gap itself. But when it comes to this market and binary, it was a winning trade. I'm going to go with win and demand area, and we got trend line, right? And I'm going to just take a screenshot on this one and say that this was the trade. Let's go. I'm saving in my journal too a trade. All right, so far one winning trade. Let's go. Yeah, what I was talking about, I forgot. In ICT, they trade the fair value gap itself. Okay, they call it FVG, fair value gap. But for me personally, trading this one is not accurate in binary, okay? Because that's Forex. They put stop loss above and they take the trade in the direction of the movement of the price. But since we're trading one candles, or sometimes the same ongoing candle is gonna determine if we're gonna win or lose. That's why we have to be much more we have to do it more surgical. That's why we go to lower time frames and stuff. For example, in this case, we got this third touch breakout, and then if you look above, you would see that we have an order block which can have lower time frame entries, and your entry can be right here. Okay, and then after this entry, you see that big rejection. This is inverted hammers, a lot of sellers here entered, and then third touch breakout also would be takeable on this one because you already saw a lot of sellers, and you can consider this one as well. So that's two trades. And then we got this respected resistance. You see, respected resistance. Okay, it's not third touch breakout anymore. It just respected to this resistance. It didn't break it, and then we came down. We touched this demand, and then we went up and broke this area. So where is it starting this breakout? Like where the force is coming from? Right now we're at this here. If I had time, I would take this one on this candle. I mean the time on this candle. And then we got this decision point here, okay, which is causing this resistance to be broken, and then market respected that. We put our trade on this one and we combine it with trend line, demand being decision point, and market sequence. Okay, this one would be a sell for me, but this one also can be a buy. I'm gonna take it very small if it gives me the chance with this terrible. Come on. Oh, I pushed this one instead of this. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna look for other opportunities. This is a gap up. I'm not taking this one. Potential third touch breakout, but this is not a good third touch breakout. There's a demand right down here. I'm gonna go to the lower time frame to see what we have inside the demand. I'm taking this demand. terrible entry, man. My entries are bad. Alright guys, we're back. The trade with the trade we took was on this demand, which has this rejection. Okay. And then it's supposed to be a winning trade, but for some reason it was a losing trade. It's not for some reason, it's because my entry was terrible, okay? Let's pause the video right here. I was like, bro, how this was a losing trade? And then I realized that I did a couple of mistakes here. If you look, there is this timer right here, right? It says the moment I enter the trade, there was like 6 seconds something remaining of the candle. And we know that in QTEX, if you want to take a trade, you need to have more than 30 seconds of the candle timer remaining. Otherwise, it will push your trade close on the next candle. Meaning, my trade will close on the next candle. And about that, which I didn't notice when I was taking this trade, there's like a couple seconds remaining of the candle. That's why I took this trade. And then my trade closed on the next candle, which would be like 54, like 13:54, okay? Right now, we were like 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining to my trade close. So obviously meaning the next candle will be the candle that my trade will close on. And my entry was exactly here, you see? And this is 13:54. Right here, look. And my entry was exactly here. Exactly here. And the trade closed exactly here. Okay? So that's why it was a losing trade. While this candle was something in 1 minute time frame, this candle looks like this. I entered right here, and this candle is a green candle, but it's closed below my entry. My entry was in this candle, and the next candle was green, but because of my bad entry, it was a losing trade. A lesson learned, of course. I just wanted to mention this, and it was a losing trade. Anyways, that was a losing trade, and it was $50. It was a small trade. I gotta go with this one, and it was a lower time frame entry for a demand zone. I'm taking bad trades. Yeah, I'm taking terrible trades, man, today. I have to recheck these and then see. So, all right. This is a good demand because it's causing a good breakout. You see this third touch breakout also worked here, which we avoided. And this trade was I would say it was a good trade based off this demand, but this demand is not causing a significant breakout, I would say. This demand is just causing this breakout. It's not strong, but it's valid trade. Maybe we can consider this one, right? It's causing this resistance to be broken. Anyways, we prefer resistances which has big lower rejections instead of this kind of resistances. Okay. Anyways, this touched this order block, it came down, it touched this demand, and now it's going up. We have a doji right at the middle. It's reacting from this doji. I don't see any buy set up here. I'm gonna go to 150 on this one, and we'll see if we can find a good trade. I kind of want to go with the bars, bro. I know how QTEX works. It's gonna go up, but I'm not gonna take just based on my common sense, because we can make mistakes like that. All right, another third touch breakout, but this time there's a difference. Let me just take this trade and then I'll tell you what is the difference. Maybe you tell me in the comments what is the difference of this third touch breakout compared to previous ones that I showed you. Yes. Okay, let me just take this. I'm gonna wait for this 10 seconds to finish and then take this. It's gonna be 150. It's a third touch breakout. Let's go. I'm gonna take this with margin of safety. Huge margin of safety. Let's go. Huge margin of safety. So confirmations. I have to add this margin of safety. Add. Done. Okay. Also, I need to yeah, most likely it's going to be a winning trade. Margin of safety also in this broker works pretty nice. Right now, the price is coming from a demand becoming a supply, but it touched the support area, which is lining up with our third touch breakout. It was a winning trade. Let's go. Yes, sir. All right. We got this beautiful decision board down here. Okay, price still struggling around this order block. All right, we got another third touch breakout. Look, this doji break is not valid, okay? This is a doji disrespect, we call it. The gap up here also confirms that. I want to take this one, but I want to take it small, okay? I want to take it small. The market is moving pretty aggressive, but this one also, oh, we got this order block. See, this order block might help us on this one, but again, we got another beautiful margin of safety. Let's go. I'll take the screenshot real fast. And we got 50, it's third touch break. Today is just a day of third touch breakout, margin of safety. Let's go. Most likely it's going to be winning trade, but going against this kind of momentum is pretty risky, I would say. But yeah, we got this right here. It's causing a breakout, and then we probably have lower time frame entry. I haven't checked it. We'll see. I took it small because we never want to go against a minor trend. Okay, then right now minor trend is not with us. It was a winning trade. Let's go. Today we got 4 trades, and I think I'm good here. The money management says 1 trade remaining, but I prefer to stop here, or maybe I should take one more. I don't know. I prefer to stop here. Today we took some good third touch breakouts. This one that we lost is because of my bad entry. I can okay, anyways, I'm gonna call it a day. Did you follow my rules? I would say no, because I did some mistakes, right? Did you learn it? Yes. In Kutex, we need to pay attention to candle timer, and for lower time frame entry, need to be careful. My entries most of the time are late. Need to fix. I'll cut this here. Did you? Yes. Boom. Add session to the journal, and this is going to be like this journal thing. I think this is going to be huge, because once you add this right here, anytime, like 3 months later, you want to go back and see in that 3 month period, what was your common mistakes, or what was your, yeah, like in 27 February, what trades you have taken. Okay, you come here and you will see the trades you've taken, the reason behind them would be visible and all that. There's a lot of good things. Also, I'm adding, you see the mistakes, key learnings and stuff. I'm also adding a confidence bar here, which will try to, using AI, will try to predict what emotional state you are in, and based off that, it will suggest you if you need to stop or keep going. The confidence bar is a unique idea. and my dev is working on it. Yeah, I'm gonna stop this session right here, man. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if I should keep trying this broker and see if it's and have more sessions on it or not. Thank you for watching, and peace out.